Your lack of discernment is what is causing your relationship to fail and keeping you isolated. But you have to get past the fear of being alone and stop being its victim. Then let's find out what is hiding in the shadows. What is it that is keeping you from finding a healthy and loving relationship? Let's uncover what that is by using the energy of this human design transit that started on October 31st in gate 44, Alertness. So my intention for this video is to help you to understand the energy of gate 44 Alertness, how it looks and feels in its shadow, as well as to provide you with some journal prompts so that you can reflect and journal on to do your inner work, your shadow work, and uncover what's hiding in your shadow that is keeping you from the healthy and loving relationship that you require in your life as part of your self-discovery and healing to support your well-being, your health, your joy, and your prosperity. So grab your notebook or your journal and something to write with. Feel free to grab some tea and a candle and let's get started. Now, if you're new to this channel, then welcome to Dvn Bluprnt, where we help you to awaken the divine design in you. And if you're not new, then welcome back. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, before we get into the shadow of gate 44 Alertness, let me ask you this. Are you tired of living in your shadow? Are you tired of living in crisis mode? And are you ready to take back control? Then I have a 9-week mentorship program that is limited to a small group of people that focuses on strengthening your internal boundaries, which are all connected to your values, your mission, known as your purpose, and your vision. And the strength of all of these are necessary when you are making decisions and taking actions because they help you to see the truth. Now you can learn more about this exclusive program and you can grab your seat by clicking the A Time For You link in the description box. Now let me take a moment to explain what are shadows and how they are formed. Now understanding this part of the video will help to set the foundation for the remaining part of the video. Now as human beings, our body is made up of pure and mass energy. Now pure energy are your thought and spirit, and mass energy are your atoms, which hold your positive and negative charges. It's the heaviness that you carry in your body. Now these energies vibrate up and down, and this is known as polarity. And this polarity is your single unified energetic personality. It is known as your true authentic self, your true energy. It's when your masculine and feminine energy are in harmony with one another and they are working in unity and they are fully connected to your spiritual support team. Now, when your energy constantly vibrates on a lower scale due to some form of fear, instead of your energy vibrating up and down in unity, it starts to vibrate left and right. And this left and right vibration creates dual energetic personalities. And this is known as duality. This is the split energetic personalities, the shadow. And I call this the mask. And being in this state causes your connection to your spiritual support team to be interrupted. Now, shadows are formed due to some type of fear, and this fear is associated to a belief that you've accepted, and the acceptance of this belief has caused you to compromise yourself to give away your authority, your value, your power to the belief becoming its victim. Now, this victimization is expressed in your thoughts, through your words, and your emotional behaviors. And these behaviors may seem normal to you because you've constantly expressed them throughout your life, and your body feels extremely comfortable in that emotional state. But it's what is causing you to either blame or shame others in order for you to abandon your value, to avoid your purpose, and to keep you in an addictive state of suffering and constantly giving away your willpower, depleting your energy, lowering your self-worth, keeping you stuck, making you feel unmotivated, causing you to make poor decisions. And as a result, you are suffering their hard consequences in your relationships, in your finances, and in everything around you. Now, until you have the willpower to recognize the beliefs, their repeated behavioral patterns, the thoughts that are associated to the beliefs that are constantly circling in your mind, you will continue to be their victim. You will continue to compromise your power, and you will continue to wear the mask. Now, when you are in a state of suffering, you may feel like shadows are bad, but in actuality, they are not. You see, they're part of your spiritual growth and development, your spiritual maturity, and their purpose is to help you to see different aspects of yourself that you are expressing that are not from a place loving and valuing yourself. And they are the areas where you have given away your willpower, where you have compromised, and where you have shut down different parts of yourself, keeping your vibration low. Now, love is what keeps your vibration high, and it's based on adventure, self-responsibility, and accountability, which can only be experienced when you take the risk and break free from the mind, and you live from an open heart. You live in unity with all, with the acceptance that what you do to yourself, you do to others, and what you do to others, you do to you. And when you are in unity with all, you know your value, you know your worth, you know that you are divine, and you are selflessly loving others. Now, to help you to see the different aspects, you have to start recognizing what they look like so that you can change the belief and their behaviors and the thoughts associated with them. Now, this is where the human design transits come in. You see, the human design transits occur every 5 to 6 days, and these transits temporarily highlight specific energetic gates, allowing you to constantly interact in a more focused way with the specific energy and the shadow that it expresses to help you with identifying the patterns of these shadows so that you can break those old beliefs that are depleting your energy and that are keeping you stuck, always struggling and addicted to some form of suffering. And as a result, you can start to raise your vibration and restore back your energy to its true polarity. Now, when working with the energy of these transits, it is very helpful that you know your human design blueprint so that you can focus on healing your unique energetic blueprint. Now, you can get a free human design blueprint online. And we also offer human design readings to help you to understand your energy so that you can learn how to manage it by making decisions and taking actions that are specifically to you. Now, we are all born with a unique way of using our energy, but society, our parents, our community, etc., has encouraged us to use our energy the same way as everyone else. And this is where the compromise comes in to play. You see, this misuse of energy is what is causing you to lack motivation, to procrastinate, to struggle and feel stuck. So it's important that you line yourself back to your energetic blueprint so that you can call back your depleted energy and therefore you can be whole and well. So check out our link in the description box to book your reading today. Now let's get into the energy of Gate 44 alertness. From October 31st to November 5th, the human design transit will be in the energy of Gate 44 alertness, also known as the Gate of Discernment. During this time is your opportunity to detach yourself and become the observer of how the shadow of this energy is affecting you. Now, this video can be used anytime after the human design transit shifts as part of your inner work, your shadow work, or your self-discovery and healing journey. Now, the energy of Gate 44 alertness lives in the spleen center, and the spleen center is part of the solar plex under the 7 chakra system. Now, since the energy is evolving, the center is on its own. Now, the spleen center is the center of your physical awareness in the present moment. It's how you perceive time. It's how you handle fear and survival, the health of your immunity, and whether you are holding on to things that no longer serve you or not. You see, it's your right to act, and this is the home of your personal power, your intuition, your instinct, and it's the area that helps you to set your personal boundaries. Now, when you are living in the shadow of your spleen, you live in a state of shame. You neglect yourself because you lack self-respect, you fear rejection, and this lack causes you to not trust your instincts, your sense of smell, making it hard for you to discern who are the right people and what is the right action to take, causing you to lower your internal boundaries, and as a result, you dishonor yourself. Now, living in the shadow of Gate 44 alertness, you become a victim of isolation, and this isolation causes you to separate yourself from others, and this is because you lack trust in your ability to select the correct people in your life. This lack of trust causes you to not stand on your own or even stand up for yourself in your relationships, and therefore you isolate yourself as a way to protect you from being criticized and or rejected. Now, overall, it's just another way for you to devalue yourself. So now it's time to detach and become the observer, and here are the first set of journal prompts that you can reflect and journal on. 1. What is your current state of your relationship with yourself? Why and how does it make you feel? 2, what is your current state of your relationship with others? Why? And how does it make you feel? 3, how has the state of these relationships caused you to lack trust in yourself, and as a result, you isolate yourself, and why? 4, what are the beliefs that are associated with your lack of trust, and why? 5, who gave you or where did you receive those beliefs? 6, how do these beliefs influence your decisions and actions, and how you interact with others, and why? 7, how does these beliefs represent who you truly are? Why or why not? And last, 8, what would you change the belief to in order to accept and trust your inner guidance? Now take time to reflect on these questions and feel free to let us know in the comments what is coming up for you. Now let's continue. Now the shadow energy of gate 44 alertness shows up as an addiction to conflict. And this conflict is due to your past experience and your relationships. You see, these are the dysfunctional relationships that you've had or saw with your family, friends, work, etc. that has caused you to lack trust in your ability to properly read others, which then creates a level of stress within your body, making it hard for you to use your instincts and to smell who is right for you. Now, when you are unable to smell through your instincts due to a lack of discipline in your body, the depletion of your immune system, you start to attract people who create constant conflict in your life, keeping you in survival mode. And this constant conflict will continue to make you a victim until you have the willpower to stop isolating yourself and look at the repeated patterns and start trusting yourself. So now it's time again to detach and become the observer. And here are the second set of journal prompts that you can reflect and journal on. 1, what type of conflict has occurred in your relationship? Why and how does it make you feel? 2, how does these conflicts help contribute to your lack of trust, and why? 3, what other relationships outside your own have you seen these conflicts, and how did they make you feel? 4, how has seeing these conflicts helped contribute to your lack of trust, and why? 5, what type of effects has these conflicts caused your body to be out of balance? And last, 6, what changes would you have to make to start valuing and allowing yourself to connect with your inner wisdom and heal, therefore you can start trusting your instincts? So take time to reflect on these questions and feel free to let us know in the comments what is coming up for you. Now let's continue. This gate 44 alertness shadow has 2 emotional behavior patterns. One is a freeze or fawn pattern and the other is a fight or flight pattern. Now the freeze or fawn pattern causes you to lack faith in yourself, and faith is your ability to be loyal to yourself and others, a feeling of dependability. But you have to first be able to rely on yourself before you can rely on others. And this lack of faith creates a fear of doubt, causing you to push people away, keeping you isolated. This lack of faith, this distrustfulness is also something that you might have inherited from your parents, your grandparents, your ancestors. It's a pattern that is always playing out and requires to be changed. This can also show up in your life from your childhood experiences. Now, the fight or flight pattern causes you to feel angry, and this anger causes you to misjudge others, getting a false impression about who they are, and this keeps you in a never-ending cycle of one bad relationship to the next, a continued state of being in the same unhealthy and unloving relationship that has you always in a rage due to draining your time, your energy, and your immune system. Now, both of these shadow energies make you a victim of conflict. The freeze or fawn is rooted in fear, and the fight or flight is rooted in anger. Now it's time again to detach and become the observer. And here are the third set of journal prompts that you can reflect and journal on. 1, which emotional behavior pattern do you tend to express more, the freeze or fawn or the fight or flight, and why? 2, looking back, what would you say have been the root cause of you feeling a lack of faith that created the fear, your fear of doubt, and is making you feel as if you are unable to depend on yourself and others, and why? And last, 3, looking back, what would you say would have been the cause of your misjudgment that created the anger, your constant false impression, and is keeping you in a never-ending cycle of one bad relationship to the next, and why? So take time to reflect on these questions and feel free to let us know in the comments what is coming up for you. Now let's continue. Now, a healthy and loving relationship requires that you get out of your fears, willing to unite and be transparent. But first you have to acknowledge, accept, and forgive yourself for the fears that are causing you to lack trust. Second is uniting with yourself and relearning how to feel what your body is communicating about who and what is healthy and loving for you. Therefore, you can strengthen your instinctual trust. And last is being transparent, being completely honest and open with yourself. Now, doing this will help you with raising your vibration and allowing you to attract individuals who are at the same higher vibration as you, creating great synergy and giving you the ability to smell out who is best for you. Now, deciding to continue to live in your shadow, you will keep being a victim of isolation, the never-ending cycle of mistrusting, vindictiveness, suspiciousness, devaluing yourself, and a constant state of conflict. So now it's time again to detach and become the observer one more time. And here are the last set of journal prompts that you can reflect and journal on. 1. What would you have to acknowledge, accept, and forgive about yourself and why? 2. How will you reunite with your body and relearn how to listen to how it is communicating to you and why this practice? 3. What are some ways that you can be transparent, honest, and open with yourself that will allow you to trust your instincts and what is in your heart? 4. What actions will you have to take in order to make all of the changes and start removing the conflict out of your life? And last, 5. What internal boundaries will you have to put in place to ensure that your new changes and their actions do not restrict you and cause you to revert back to living in your shadow? Now take time to reflect on these questions and feel free to let us know in the comments what is coming up for you. Now let's move into the importance of setting boundaries. Now, when removing conflict out of your life, boundaries become very vital because they help you to stay accountable for how you love, value, and honor yourself. You see, they determine the level of trust that you have within yourself, and as a result, you are mindful of how you give away your personal, mental, and emotional power so that you don't deplete your energy, and they help you to stay presently connected to your spiritual support team, making sure that you are able to feel what they are communicating on who and what is in your best interest. Now, your boundaries are not something you voice to the world. They are internal, and they should be helping you with making decisions and taking actions so that you are not compromising who you are and how you will no longer allow yourself to wear the mask and live in your shadow state. Now, your boundaries job is to allow you to stay in a single polarity. This is the collaboration, the synergy, the unification with your whole self. And therefore you are expressing your true self. You are in complete control of who you are by being fully grounded to receive the inspiration, the message from the divine, to having the mental clarity to transform that inspiration, that message into your creative expression so that you can take that creative expression to confidently be seen and heard in a healthy and loving relationship. So remember to always take time to think about what boundaries do you currently have in place and whether those boundaries are allowing you to stay connected and expressing your true self. Now, to help you on your self-discovery and healing journey, I have an exclusive 9-week mentorship program in our online university. And this mentorship program is limited to a small group of people who are interested in learning how to get out of constantly living in their shadows and who are ready to take back control of their lives. Now, during this mentorship program, we will focus on building and strengthening your internal boundaries. And the goal is to help you to learn how to drop the struggle, the addiction to some form of suffering, which is causing your procrastination, your lack of motivation, and those things that are depleting your energy. And this is due to you compromising to agree to put on the mask and live in your shadow. Now, these shadows came about because of the beliefs that were created out of some form of fear, and you are now expressing their behaviors unconsciously, and as a result, you're experiencing their hard consequences, which is causing you to devalue yourself, affecting your relationships and your finances. Now, these beliefs and behaviors have moved you further away from your soul's mission, your purpose, your vision, and your values, which are all required when making decisions and taking actions. Now, to learn more about this mini mentorship program and to grab your seat before they're all taken up, then click the Time For You link in the description box. I look forward to seeing you in our next program. And if you haven't already booked your human design reading, then click the link in the description box so that you can learn how to book it on our website today. Now, the last thing I would like to mention before ending this video is that while you are processing your emotions during this transit, it is important to create some form of grounding practice to help you stay connected, to stay grounded, rooted on earth, balanced, and calm during this energy. And as a part of your grounding practice, and while you are reflecting and journaling, you can connect with your spleen to understand what emotions are you holding on to due to unresolved relationships, grief over something you lost, a loss of a job, or even drastic changes in your life, as well as connecting with your ovaries and uterus for a woman and your prostate for a man to understand the fear, the anger, the guilt, and the helplessness that you may have felt in a relationship and why. Now, this transit, this energy is available for all of us to use if we choose to or not. And if you decide to use it as part of your inner work, your shadow work, for self-discovery and your healing journey as part of helping you to activate higher levels of your DNA, the memories of your ancestors, your bloodline, and creating healthy and loving relationships, then make sure you are following your human design strategy and authority. So during this time, stop isolating yourself and start using your discernment in this Gate 44 alertness transit. And don't forget to like so that others can see, and share so that others can learn and heal. Subscribe, and feel free to leave us a comment and let us know what Gate 44 alertness is revealing to you.